Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Thank you for joining me for another presentation of the Monday Morning Football Hangover. I'm Troy West, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. Another big week in the NFL and college football for you college football fans, as the playoff will be shaking up now with Notre Dame barely winning and Michigan losing to Ohio State. So definitely something to look forward to tomorrow with the rankings. But we gonna stay NFL. Um, a lot of interesting games yesterday, um, including the Browns winning over the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's just a bad look for the Bengals. Hugh Jackson, of course, was their coach. To begin the season, he got let go a couple of weeks ago. He's now assistant for the Bengals, which he had history with Marvin Lewis and the Bengals organization. Baker Mayfield didn't appreciate uh, Hugh Jackson the same like with his post game comments after the fact. But the Browns definitely looking like their future is bright. Um, Bengals look like they trended down. Andy Dalton did get hurt in the middle of the game yesterday. Maybe the game would have been a little bit different, but the Browns dominated and win that game. We're staying in that division. Ravens um, get another win with Lamar Jackson at the quarterback. And the Ravens' running game is seemed to be consistent as well. It'd be interesting when they go back to Joe Flacco, who's supposed to be healthy this week. So we'll see what happens with that. They stay alive in the AFC playoffs. If anybody followed me on social media, I pretty much went on a rant about the Ravens being done. But the way the AFC looking, they definitely still got a shot. They got some tough games coming up. They go to Atlanta next week, and then Kansas City after that. So there's gonna be two tough games. Wonder will they go back to Joe Flacco or not? That's something to look out for. Steelers, big loss yesterday to the Denver Broncos. I watched that game as well. Um, Goal line interception by the big defensive lineman for the Broncos. Um, Sealed the deal for Denver. Denver also a team to look out for. They 5 or 6. They can get back in it. Schedule gets a little softer for them. As the AFC's crowded Colts, they win yesterday over the Miami Dolphins to get to 6-5 as well. Six straight wins. I think it's five. I'm sorry, 5 straight wins for the Colts. Um, and Miami, of course, goes down. Um, was pretty much in control of that game. Was leading by 10 in the fourth quarter. Andrew Luck and the Colts was able to storm back and get the win. Um, Andrew Luck looks like the old Andrew Luck again, and plus they've been protecting him in the pocket. Offensive line played very well. So the Colts, right there, competing for a playoff spot. Tennessee plays tonight against Houston, of course, as we stay in that division. But we'll talk about that in a little while. But first, let's talk about the Jags. To me, like I said, the Jaguars definitely the most disappointing team this year, without question. And I guess the frustration boiled over on the field as Leonard Fournette got into a big fight. A little bit of a brawl in Buffalo. The Bills did win the game as well. Um, I just the Jaguars. I thought they'd be a lot better than this. Knew offensively they'd struggle at times, but defensively I didn't know they'd play this bad. Um, we picked them to win the division. That's one of my wrongs for the year. Definitely. I thought they was going to hold out. I knew Houston, Texas would be better with Deshaun Watson coming back. Tennessee was the team I thought maybe would be just like how they are now, about 5-5, like 500 team. And then the Colts, honestly, I thought they would finish last, but the way things looking right now, um, I was wrong about that. Colts could be a playoff team when it's all said and done. So a big game tonight in the South, Monday Night Football, Texans and Titans, excuse me, from Houston tonight. Of course, the Texans lost their owner over the on Friday. Bob McNair, he passed away, so I expect Houston to play inspired football tonight. I think Tennessee go at that first wave, that first quarter, second quarter, first half. We'll see where they at. But I think Houston gonna come out strong tonight. Um, Other games from yesterday, the Chargers bounced back. Beating blowing out the Cardinals. The Cardinals was hanging in there. They put the first 10 points on the bus. Like, oh, here we go with the Chargers again. But they bounced back and they win. New England won yesterday over the Jets. That other game was close before they pulled away from them as well. So my power rank is going to be pretty interesting this week. The Bears did win Thursday. Um, they in my top five. Of course, New England, I put them out, but I might have to put them back in just by their record. Um, if Houston win tonight, or maybe I have Houston and Chicago above New England, but we'll see. I have to sit down and really think about it. Top three not going to change. Saints, uh, Chiefs, and Rams, they're not going to change. I think, well, the Saints played Thursday, they won already. I think Los Angeles and Kansas City, they both was off this week, but they clearly the best teams in the NFL. Those three teams for sure. Um, let's see some other games from yesterday. With some, let's see, who else was out there? I mentioned the Jags. I mentioned let's go. Oh well, I guess we could jump ahead to the Sunday night game. Um, uh, Packers. A lot of people say they a very disappointing team, but um, I mean I guess you can say that, but I just think they still need to put more talent around Aaron Rodgers. Um, and another tough loss for them, Minnesota. Up and down year for the Vikings, but they getting it done. They were there to get the win at home. Thielen and Diggs, they're unbelievable on the outside, the two receivers for the Vikings. And Dalvin Cook, when he has a big game, that whole offense opened up, as you saw. He was running the ball and catching the ball in the backfield pretty well. So if he plays well, it seems like the Vikings offense plays well. And the defense starting to seem like it's starting to come back around. So the Vikings going to be a dangerous team. Eagles was on the ropes. But they was able to come back and beat the New York Giants. That would probably end the season they would have lost. So Eagles still alive for the division. Of course, you see Dallas won over Washington on Thanksgiving. So um, still, like I said, I still like a Dallas chances just because they got the couple of games lead over Philadelphia, and I think they just simply better than Washington. So I still would have to play Dallas right now, the driver's seat there. Let's see. Let's stay in the NFC. Talked about the East. Talked about the South. Oh, not all the South. Of course, I mentioned the Saints, but the Falcons. Um, they lost to um, New Orleans. They played on Thursday, Thanksgiving night. But Carolina, another tough loss for them. Seattle um, went in there and won. Seattle was a team. Like I said, I didn't give up on. They're not going to catch the Rams for the division, but they definitely um, going to compete for one of those NFC wildcard spots. Carolina, to me, they just fell off a little bit since they lost to Pittsburgh when they got blown out. They just haven't looked the same. Um, the defense been giving up a lot. Christopher McCaffrey though had a monster game yesterday for the Panthers, but it wasn't enough. Like I said, I still believe in Russell Wilson. That's clearly why I'm not gonna write Seattle off. Um, so we'll see how that turns out. But the Panthers, I think they lost it. If they wanted to have a chance for the division, that's gone. Um, but I think they get New Orleans twice. I think they haven't played yet this year. Atlanta, like I said, they lost to New Orleans, but the week before that, losing to the Browns was devastating. Um, I think they playoff hopes is pretty much done. Um, but they play the Ravens this week, so we'll see if they can bounce back. But Falcons, I mean, that's another team probably would say that's sort of disappointing. That's what as well, but nobody takes it for the Jags to me. Um, let's go to the NFC West, which I haven't really talked about yet. Um, of course, the Rams was off. Like I said, Seattle just won. 49ers, uh, who they played? They played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but both of those teams is out of it pretty much. But Tampa was able to win that game. I think the 49ers, though, still okay. They got a lot of injuries. I think they'd be a lot better team next year. But they could get a high draft. Of course, the news from San Francisco was Reuben Foster getting in domestic violence trouble. They cut him yesterday as well. So that was hanging over the team's head going into the game against Tampa yesterday. Um, Tampa's another team. Maybe thought they could be doing better, but they had a tough division. So, um, will they move on from Winston? We'll see. He played better the last 2 weeks. We'll see if they move on from him or not. Um, so that's another two teams to watch out for next year. Of course, like I said, the Chargers won. Of course, the Kansas City was off. Raiders, like I said, I already pronounced the Raiders done. So, um, but they played. They played. I mean, they stayed in the game for the most part yesterday. It looked like they competed, but Raiders was just a little bit better than them yesterday. Um, of course, Kansas City was off, and who else out west? Denver, of course, is a big win against the Steelers. Um, so I think I touched on every division. Um, but like I said, the biggest takeaways for me yesterday was the Cincinnati loss because of Hugh Jackson going there. You would think they would have some inside knowledge on the Browns, but they didn't look like it. And uh, the Steelers loss stood out to me too, even though I thought they would beat. I knew it would be a tough game. It was tough to play at home. But to me, like I said, Pittsburgh's offense to be is still inconsistent. If they don't get the big plays, then which they did get one for Juju Smith-Schuster, but if they don't constantly get big plays, then the offense is a little inconsistent. So, and a lot of turnovers yesterday too hurt them yesterday. Um, like I said, the Jaguars, like I said, still falling. Um, and Minnesota's big win yesterday was huge for the Vikings. Um, that's all. That was really a lot. Like I said, tonight's game is huge in the AFC playoffs. Houston continue to push forward for the division, or will he fall back because the Colts only one out now of the win column, unless um, Houston was able to win tonight. Titans have been inconsistent as well. They got some big wins and some head scratcher losses. But like I said, I think the Texans are gonna be emotional. So I think the first quarter and the first half, we'll see how the game turns out. But I think Houston will win though. I just think they're a little bit better. I think Deshaun Washington's back. Um, DeAndre Hopkins going to probably make a couple of big plays. And I think Mariota's a little nicked up again, which has been his issue throughout his career. Can't stay healthy. Um, but the Tennessee run game hasn't been consistent either. Derrick Henry and Deion Lewis sort of up and down. Um, and the whole offense really much inconsistent. Defense up and down as well, but the defense has been more consistent than the offense. Probably would have been a good game because of the division game. But I think Houston will eventually pull away and win this game tonight. So definitely watch that game. Um, be a big win for either team. Tennessee can stay alive in the wild card and for the division if they win. If Houston win, they can get that 2 game cushion in the division, and hopefully try to still have an outside shot for a bye as well at 8-3. So if they able to get there, so interesting game tonight, a lot on the line. So definitely watch um, tonight. But that'll do it for the Monday morning football hangover. Um, Weeks to come is going to be interesting as teams trying to make playoff pushes. Like I said, I mentioned college football. Going to be a little shake up in the top four. Alabama and Clemson won pretty easily this week. Um, Notre Dame struggled, but they won. And of course, uh, Ohio State was able to beat Michigan once again. Um, Personally, I don't think Jim Harbaugh should get fired. But you gotta beat Michigan. You gotta beat Ohio State. You just haven't been able to do that yet. So, um, and the playoff chances they're done. They're not making the playoffs now. I heard a lot of experts saying Ohio State got a chance to get in. If a lot of things happen, Alabama played Georgia in the SEC championship this week. Of course, Notre Dame off, so they should be safe. They ain't gonna fall out. Clemson got a championship game. I think they play Pitt. I think somebody. Um, and
Of course, Ohio State plays Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. So we'll see how everything shakes out for the playoffs, and then bowl season's on around the corner. So Heisman as well. So check out all that if you're a big college football fan. I'm a fair weather college football fan. I watch, I keep up with it, but I'll start watching until bowl season and the playoffs or big games like Ohio State, Michigan. Where I watch a little bit of that Saturday. So um, as far as with the channel, been slacking lately. Haven't been doing a lot of videos. I try to do some Spider-Man. That's what's the DLC, the Turf Wars DLC. Have to finish that. I'm trying to go back to Mega Man 11. Um, so it's a lot of things I'm trying to put together. But I've been slacking a little bit. Been working, tired. My weekend wasn't that great to be honest with you. Um, so just things going on, behind the scenes. So I apologize. Um, Also check out my other channel, The Open Book, with myself, as I talk about my depression history and um, trying to help people with mental health. So my topic this week, I'll probably do something with sports. So it might be a cross channel thing. I might put the video on this channel and on my Open Book channel. So look out for that um, this week. So hope everybody enjoy your week. Happy Monday to you. Everybody back to work. Hope everybody had a great holiday. More holidays are coming. Of course, Christmas is right around the corner. So hopefully you got ready or getting ready for that. And I see you next time. I see you Wednesday for the blog. Thursday night game this week is the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. So that's a big game for Dallas for sure. To try to keep it in front of the NFC East and the division and maybe a wild card spot as well. New Orleans trying to wrap up a first round bye and stay alive with the Rams, trying to compete with the Rams. And right now, with the Tigers, right now they'll be the one seed if the season ended today. Okay, well I see you then, and enjoy your week. Talk to you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Troy West. You're watching the Silent Sports Gaming channel, and right here on YouTube. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.